The game, Brett Maher set up for a 47-yard field goal, but the refs called a false start on the Cowboys' long snapper. Now Ed Werder reports Jay Gruden planted the idea in the officials' heads to look out for the way the center moved the ball. Exactly. What? The penalty pushed it back to a 52-yarder. Maher's potential game-tying field goal hit the upright. Skip. Do the Redskins coaches deserve credit for the penalty call?
You know, I'm about to snap over this snap because the Redskin coaches are actually taking credit for something that shouldn't have been called in the first place, that wasn't a penalty to start with. I'm going to restate my case. LP LaDussard is the snapper for the Dallas Cowboys. You don't know him, but he is the longest tenured Dallas Cowboy. He's been there for 14 seasons. How long did you last?
16.
16 seasons. So he's starting to get in your territory, but he's unknown, faceless. Nobody knows who he is. Nobody cares who he is until right now. He has snapped for over 400 field goals in his time in Dallas. And he said after the game, I did exactly the same thing I've done on all 400 of those snaps before. He always slightly wiggles the ball just to get a grip on it. That's before anybody gets set. Then he comes set with the ball to snap it, and he stayed set like he always does, as you can see on the video.
What the referee say, though?
Yeah, what's that?
What the referee say? They said that
okay,
was
the referee. Okay, so let's say that Jay Gruden is whispering in the ref's ear, you got to watch him, you got to watch him. Well, if you're going to jump, wouldn't you jump when he wiggles the ball to get a grip on it? Did Jonathan Allen, you know what should have happened? The whole Redskins line should have collapsed on the Cowboys as soon as he wiggled the football, but nobody did. And when he came set and stayed solid set, all of a sudden, a second-year player from Alabama named Jonathan Allen jumped. And you know why he jumped? Because he just jumped the gun. He just screwed up and overreacted and dived across the line trying to block the field goal, and he was flat out off sides. It should have been -5 on Washington. It should have gone down to a 42-yard field goal, which my kicker would have made from 42. If he hit the very same field goal he hit from 52, it hooks inside the left upright. Yeah. It's a robbery. It's a flat-out robbery, and
all coaches
it makes me sick. Think about this. So the Redskin coaches are taking credit for this.
They don't need to take credit. They can't make the call. They're just making them aware. Everybody goes into a game when the referees come in there and the coaches and the refs have their conversation. Everyone says, "Okay, hey, this player does this right here. They're questionable with doing this right here. This tackle jumps the ball like a half second before it's snapped. All that. This guy holds, but he does it tricky. He holds with his inside hand on your inside of your shoulder pad. Everybody does that. Yes. I get held more than anybody in the world, and they never called it. It don't matter. It's up to what they feel that it is at that point in time. Right then and there, like you said, they were looking for it. Maybe he didn't. Like I trolled you yesterday, I'm not gonna lie. He did set it and spin it and get ready and then didn't move. Everybody, like, that's the first thing they tell you. This snapper has a pre-movement, like, don't jump on this.
But every snapper has a pre-movement. They all do it. They all get a little grip.
If the ref calls it and the officials agree with it, the head of the officials agree with it, what is it?
You know what?
It is what
wait a second. If you'd called it in the first quarter, I'd say, okay, this is the game. The game's on the line.
I just want to point out, in all my years of watching you, Skip, I swear, I think this is the reddest I've ever seen your face.
And I like it. Furious.
Listen,
It cost me a game. We would be in first place.
I agree. I don't think referees should be dictating U.S. Open finals. I don't think that should have made that call. I do think the Redskins, listen, when I coached my son's 11-year-old flag football team to a championship, I worked those refs all game, and finally got the call. But I don't think that call
Okay, but
I mean, he went nuts.
Okay, this is what drives me nuts. Look, if he had gone to wiggle the ball to get his grip, get set, if he's wiggling and the whole line caves in on Dallas, then I got it. Then you got me, because then the flags are going to fly and they say, oh, you're wiggling the football.
Well, they give you that. Once you set one hand on it and then you go to get the other one, you have a chance to get set with your second hand. That's what he did.
Okay, that's fine.
And then you don't move.
But do you think the Redskin coaches coach the second-year defensive tackle?
No.
Oh, you jump. You jump by yourself.
I agree.
Really, just you?
No way.
I agree.
Are you kidding me?
No. I agree.
How can you make that call? And
he
then
happened to jump, and they, like I said, they did what every coach does.
Work them.
Right. You give them the pregame.
And, of course, I have to watch Al Riveron, the director of officiating, tweet that it was an illegal snap. No, it wasn't. It's what he's done for 400-plus snaps. The game is it's sitting on a...
They can't say they were wrong. It cost them the game.
Yeah, but here's what gets me. My team took over the fourth quarter of that game. And, again, he made the fatal mistake that put them in a hole that they couldn't quite climb out of. But they were climbing. They were out. They had the momentum in the game.
We were always told never let the officials have control of the game. So
I got it.
What you do is you go out there and you play the other 3 quarters before that.
Like the oldest cliche in football.
You play the other 3 quarters before that, and you wouldn't have been in that position.
Okay, but they were in that position, and it was a bogus call.
Oh, well.
And even Tony Dungy, who's usually pretty mild-mannered on NBC on the Sunday night games, he went crazy about this and called it, and I quote him, a horrible call. And he said, we've looked at it multiple times, and I don't see a violation. I don't see any absurd movement of the football other than he just got his grip.
Was this against the Cowboys, or was this to actually get you to this? Do you think there was a conspiracy? Because I'm loving what I'm seeing. You, like, literally...
Oh, it's conspiracy for Skip.
They were like, we want to watch Skip on Undisputed on Wednesday and watch him go totally nuts.
It's just a robbery. You understand, I grew up in this rivalry, and it is one of the great rivalries. I know you guys had it with the Ravens.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody in your division. But still, really Dallas, Washington, it runs deep. And again, my team has dominated them for a long stretch. Your guy now, Kirk Cousins, was 1-6 against Dallas.
Oh, yes.
And so it matters a little more to me. And Jay Gruden said after the game, all I care about is we beat Dallas. And it does. It's almost like his job hinges on he needs to beat Dallas. And if you lose that game, I don't care what your record is, you're going to be on the hot seat. And all of a sudden, his seat was getting real hot because the momentum belonged to Dallas. Let's just say, I know this is hypothetical, let's say Dallas wins the overtime coin toss and they just take the ball and go down and score. I just felt like it was going that direction, like they finally had figured out how to move the football, what plays were working, and Dak had gotten in rhythm. He was a warrior. He banged up his knee and his left hand, and I think he got concussed, but they let him play. Yeah. I was shocked by that. So he's just battling his guts out. You got him on the ropes. All you got to do is close the deal, what was it, 23-all with the field goal. I think they did call aggressive plays. I think he took the underneath routes twice. They called pass plays, and their receivers going deeper, running deeper routes. But they got in position to do what you have to do to close the deal to get to overtime. So I don't have any problem with the play calling. At least they threw it. They didn't run it 3 straight times. The last play to set up the field goal, I think he got 6 yards. So, and that was like a great run for him. So consistent, but all of a sudden you push him back from 47, it should have been 42, but you push him back to 52, and it just hooked just enough to hit the left upright. And it's not about me. I still think it's about Jerry Jones. I just think anything that could go against the Cowboys that has to come from above, Jerry's not going to get a break.
He's brought it on himself.
He has.
He's brought it on himself. It's not like
he's
Jerry's
taken on the lead
Jerry.
too many times.
Yeah, sorry, Jerry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right. But you'd love to have him as an owner.
No, we don't like his type in New York City. We're good. You keep him where he is. We're fine with him.
Oh, that penalty call may give you nightmares, Skip. I'm sorry.
And they're taking credit. I was okay. I let it go.
If I was that's something to be proud of. We worked the refs. We warned the refs.
You lose sleep over this,
Well, I did. But it's Jay Gruden wanting some job security because he didn't have much coming in. So now he's got to take credit for, I set this up.
I have no problem with that. I would be told, like, that's elation. He mentioned it early, worked them. He worked them when they were on defense. He goes, yo, later on, I'm reminding you. And then when it was there.
Yeah, and we're going to cost Dallas this game. Way to go.
He did it.
Yeah,
James, Michael, come back later. You successfully got him going.
Nuts.
Always a good time. Back to the Lakers. Is Luke Walton already on the hot seat here in LA? We'll discuss next.